Namaste, angels. This is going to be another client reading for another long-term, actually, repeat client. Although it's been some time since I read for her last, and I can't honestly say that I recall any personal information about her or anything. Not even her sign, really. Thinking about it now, I think she's either a fire sign or an earth sign by recollection. But I mean, don't start me to lying, as they say. I don't remember. We're beginning with Major Arcana card 6, the Lovers, which most directly represents the sign of the twins, Gemini, which is my sign. I'm pretty sure she's not a Gemini. Like 100% sure she's not a Gemini. But this is showing up possibly because of our rulers. Both Mercury and Venus currently located in Aries, along with Chiron, although Venus actually leaves this week and moves into Taurus. Remember I said she's an earth sign, maybe she's Taurus. I don't know. I'm going to get off that. We're starting with the Lovers, which is a card about, it can be a card about decisions that we're having to make, like heart versus head decisions. It's a very positive omen, whether upright or in reverse, as it is here today. For life in general, for our love lives, maybe in particular. And basically the reversal just sort of lessens the strength, the magnitude of the experience that we may have had with relation to love and or a lover or our love lives. Ten of Pentacles in reverse also. This too is a super positive omen for life and family and love life and home life and all of it. It can come with a warning though, like about taking our stability for granted, not taking any risks with our security or stability. And that's interesting that I said that, because the King of Cups is also reversed. And he can be a risk taker. In fact, in love, he is known to, not just in love, but love is one of the areas. He's known to sort of like be willing to risk it all or give it all up or whatever for love, like for what he wants. For what he wants, he's willing to like make the full gamble. Other than that, though, the King of Cups in general is about balanced masculine and feminine energies. He's said to have both sort of harmoniously, and it's probably the romantic that he is because of that. Like, he's in touch with his feminine side, as they say, as well as his masculine side, and they are healthily balanced. He is potentially a Scorpio. I don't know why I said Scorpio first. I usually start with the first one of a given element, and that would be Cancer. But he's potentially a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Oh, okay. Maybe this is why I said it. Speaking of Scorpio, we have Judgment also in reverse. This is interesting. So many reverse cards. Yeah. Judgment represents the planet Pluto, which is Scorpio's ruler. This is also a very positive card. One of my Judgment in general, whether upright or in reverse, is one of my favorites, actually. You write about abundance that's earned. It's another one that the strength is sort of lessened by the fact that it's in reverse, but it's still an awesome card nonetheless. However, both upright and reverse, it can be about rushing to judgment, and maybe that's tied to this risk taking, like rushing to judgment, or being judgmental in general. Definitely warned against that. Warned against making presumptions and assumptions and taking too great a risk without consideration and sort of rushing to judgment in any area of your life, I'm going to say, because I'm not seeing a specific area. All right, this is the last card that's in reverse. It is Major Arcana Card 3, the Empress. Speaking of Taurus, it represents the planet Venus, who is the ruler of the sign of Taurus, as well as that of Libra and Gemini. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles upright. Once we get through all these reversed energies here. Oops, I put them back wrong. There you go. Okay. Actually, I want to put them in separately. This is funny. I opened to the Page of Cups and threw the King there, and I just opened to Death, atop which to put Judgment. So it is a lot of this Scorpio energy coming through. And there's the Ace of Cups. There's the Ace of Cups too. I was going to say there is a lot of this Scorpio energy, but now Pisces joining the party as well. Although on this card, I mean, this lobster here is it's giving Scorpio, right? It's giving Scorpio. And then the Nine of Cups shows up as well, as does the 10. So a Scorpio may be, there's the Page again, particularly significant. There's the Hierophant twice, which is the Taurus. A Scorpio may be particularly significant. Is Taurus Scorpio's mirror sign? I think it may be. Let me think about this for a minute. Ace of Swords. I'm like all out of sorts now. Ace of Swords, a card of triumph, victory, truth, justice. The star represents the sign of Aquarius, the planet Uranus, which is currently located in Taurus. Has been for a while. Will continue to be for a while. There's that Ace of Pentacles again. On that note, I'll cut. And your new overall energy is that moon now in reverse, followed by the Queen of Swords upright behind it. I'm going to pull you 6 cards. So the moon, as I mentioned, represents the sign of Pisces in the tarot. And in reverse like this, especially more so than when it's upright, says that things could be particularly confusing for you right now, and or those close to you. And it's advised to just sort of let that be, allow the clarity to come to you. Don't try to force anyone or anything before it's time, for something to happen or for them to make a move or to do something. Like Ayanla, she says, like, oh, just like sit with it, sit in it, or whatever. That's what you got to do with the confusion. Just sort of like sit with it. And you will come to the universe will show you what it wants you to know when it wants you to know it. Whether it's something on a 3D situation or it's, a spiritual sense, you'll come into the clarity and knowledge that you're meant to. Again, it represents the sign of Pisces most directly. And I'm going to say, I'm like 99.9% positive that Scorpio's opposite axis is Taurus. And that may mean something for you. Not sure what yet. But the fact that it kept coming up and that it forced me to rack my brain for a minute, I think is saying it's significant for you and or your reading here. All right, like I said, we're going to pull 6 cards. The first is the Seven of Pentacles. This may be representative of, again, your need to be patient, as the moon indicated, and is really about like a return on your investment, getting compensated for your efforts. And whether or not you feel good about a particular situation, where you have, or you know, place where you have put your energy and you have put your efforts, it tends to mean you are going to get back what you put in. So, even this could be tied into you being confused. Like you might not feel good about something, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to come out right. So the best thing to do is to like try to put those thoughts and again and feelings aside and just sit with the fact that you don't know right now and allow the knowledge and information to come to you. Because if you've been putting positive effort and energy towards, things, people, relationships, situations, work, this is a card that shows up that says, like, to say that you will be compensated in kind. So it's about getting back what we gave. You gave positivity, that's what you're going to get. So you don't want to be thinking about negativity, because you're worried that you're not going to get what you should in any scenario, surrounding energy, close friends, family members, co-workers, romantic interests, mates. Six of Wands in reverse. All your cards are reversed so far. But this card makes a lot of sense for you, because and in relation to what I just said, because it's a card that shows up to say, like, it's another really super positive omen, first and foremost. And it says, like, despite delays, like a need to be patient, right? It seems like it's taking a long time, and challenges, maybe obstacles that we've had to encounter. The things that we've been hoping for or working on, putting effort into, putting energy into, finally coming through. And that it's not the time to let, like fear get in our way or to block us. Well, I mean, it's never the time to do that, but it's particularly not the time right now with the cards that are showing up for you. Six of Wands is a card of victory and success. Work and finance. We have the Eight of Pentacles. So we have more of this earth energy first for you. And, this is a card about reaping what you've sown, similar to the Seven of Pentacles, putting effort, into from where you wish to get compensated. It can also mean in your current job that you will be or are being, have been, like, saddled with more responsibility and assignments and tasks than can, not necessarily that can be done by a human being, that can be accomplished, but that can be done well. Like, if I'm doing all these things, something's bound to suffer, is sort of the message. So where you're able, if this is happening to you, it does guide you to ask for some sort of help, if anything, like help with prioritizing, like what should I do first, if nothing else, if nobody can help with the actual workload, because you can only do so much, and we need to be realistic, and you don't want to set yourself up to be blamed for some sort of failure that was an impossible, like, goal to even meet. For people who are seeking work, if you're seeking employment, or maybe you're currently employed but you're seeking a new job still, then this can mean being hired, to a position that really does, like, test your abilities, your skill set. It's a demanding job. But you are guided to have faith in yourself that you do have and can do what is needed to be successful in the position. In terms of finances specifically, this card can say that you may receive some sort of financial assistance that you've been waiting for or hoping for. Maybe you haven't gotten, like, for example, stimulus yet or at all before, and maybe suddenly it comes, or some other sort of support. It does guide not to, like, be wasteful with the resources, to sort of be cautious and think long term with regard to what you do with them. Not a time to gamble. It is a time, though, when money can come to you as a result of work and effort. So, similar to what I said a few moments ago about Major Arcana Card Judgment, one of the cards with which we started, I said it's one of my favorites because no matter what, I mean, even though it's about these other things, it is always for me about abundance that is earned. So it's like you're reaping something, you're reaping, again, what you've sown. You're getting compensated for somewhere where you put effort. It's not just money or things coming to you because of luck. It is specifically because of you've earned it, whether it is through labor or, again, something spiritual, some paying it forward, some sort of works that you did on behalf of the universe, whether knowingly or unknowingly, right, subconsciously, and that's for what you're being paid. Love and relationship. We have the Three of Swords. Yikes. Three of Swords can mean that there's recently been a breakup, or that there will be one. We're on the brink of one, or some sort of, situation of hurt, disloyalty, maybe infidelity. It can be about separation, right? Our heart longing for someone or something. So there's pain involved. We're guided to, deal. There's like stages of grief and pain, they say, and we're guided to allow ourselves to feel whatever needs to be felt with regard to whatever it is that's causing this Three of Swords to show up for us. Sometimes it can be that a relationship that we had expected to come together by now has not. And I wonder if that's it, because I remember saying a little while ago, like, we can't force people or things. We have to wait. I think with regard to these two cards, because that's where it would make sense. So that must be where I said it. So it can be something about that too. That just came to me. I may have talked about that somewhat too with regard to the King of Cups and how he's willing to take a chance. Let's pull another card. Of course, it's the Two of Swords, also in reverse. You can't make this up. Put it up here because I'm going to put the other cards there. So the Two of Swords in reverse for me can be about like knowing what you want, deciding what you want, knowing what you have to do to achieve it, to get it, and not doing those things, not doing it, instead just not outwardly making a decision even because of fear of what other people will think or do. Now, sometimes in love, it involves, especially with a Three of Swords, it involves some sort of party of three. So the thought can be, what will people think if I leave my existing partner for this other one? Especially if it involves maybe divorce or something, what will people think? Sometimes our family members or our friends have a different mate chosen for us, or a different type in their mind that they think we belong with than we do. And we're concerned about that. Like, what will they think if we choose this other type that's not as physically attractive in their opinion, that's not as successful in their opinion, or whatever the case is, that's not the right religion or height or weight or color or whatever. And so instead, we just, again, don't make an outwardly decision, and we just walk around sad and unhappy so we can please other people. It's possible you're a victim of that. I'm just remembering now, we have the Queen of Swords here. Sometimes, I mean, it's usually in reverse. Most of your cards are in reverse. So that was what made me rush to look at her, actually. But sometimes the Queen of Swords, as it relates to love can be, and look, he's the King of Cups again, in reverse, willing to do whatever. Atop the Hermit, a Virgo. The Hermit in love is about like reconnecting with somebody from your past, like an ex, whether he's upright or in reverse, and he's upright here. Taking a chance, so maybe just saying screw it. Maybe in the past, having listened to other people and now realizing that that wasn't very smart. And this might not be you. This could be somebody that that you're interested in or with whom you've been dealing. And then there is a possibility of like an older woman, maybe a mother, a mother-in-law, or that type butting in where she doesn't belong, and she may have some sort of influence over this situation as well. But I'm going to pull yet another card. It's the Ten of Cups. Like this is like the happy family card. It could be again family member that is getting in the way of love life. I'll do one more. And it's a decision that has to be made. You got to choose. You got to choose, or somebody needs to choose you, or both. Even though it feels like, you don't have it in you anymore. Just sort of down and out at this point over the whole situation. The Page of Wands shows up to say, the Page of Wands was the card that showed up in the general reading too. To me, this even looks, like a penis, to be honest. It's a very sexual card for me. But the traditional meaning of the Page of Wands can definitely be about finishing something from the past. That can be a relationship itself. A relationship started in the past, especially in consideration of the Hermit showing up too. He is about rekindling a relationship from the past. So maybe the relationship started, we didn't get to finish. That's why there was sadness, separation, hurt, maybe. But now, universe may be putting things in place where we can reconnect. The traditional meaning also says that, like messages of love or interest, affection, very likely be coming your way. If you consider yourself single, it could be potentially a brand new suitor with whom you have a lot in common, and is sort of maybe worldly, or likes to travel, likes adventure. That's what the wands would suggest. The wands are about movement, travel, passion, work. And this person could just sort of like take your world by storm. Fire energy, Page, Knight tends to be like an energy that just comes like rushing in, very unexpected, very Prince Charming like. And you are guided to take a chance on them. So maybe the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups rather in reverse is you, is meant to be you, and you are guided to take a chance on them if you're available. If you are committed but unhappy, that's another potential reason for the Three of Swords and Party of Three and all that. If that's the case, then these cards showing up to say that now's the time to begin deciding. Maybe that's what the Seven of Cups is about. You need to decide if the relationship, can be saved, is worth saving, if both people are interested in saving it, and how long you're, willing to try to make that happen. Because the Nine of Wands suggests that you sort of over trying already, sort of exhausted already, that the universe is saying, well, you got a little bit more fight left in you, but you're feeling sort of done already. Again, both parties have to be willing to work on the relationship. So if you are but your partner isn't, or vice versa, then it is time to move on. Should I pull another card before I move on to physical health? I kind of feel like I'm being greedy, but let's do one more. And it is the Eight of Cups. I guess that's why I was moved to do one more. It's the Eight of Cups in reverse, which is a card of moving on one way or another. It could be moving toward something that will make you happy, or moving away from something that is no longer making you happy or serving a purpose in your life, or both. Physical health. I almost forgot what I was doing. This is positive. Major Arcana card Strength represents the sign of Leo. Are you a Leo? Like I said, I was feeling fire or earth. Like Leo or Virgo, maybe even. I said Taurus before. I don't know. Maybe it will come to me before the reading is over. This is physical health, though. And strength is a card that in any area of your life in which it shows up is whether upright or reverse, and in this case it's upright, so it's at its full strength and magnitude. It's a positive omen again for you. You've gotten all these really wonderful cards, and it has a positive meaning in every area that it touches. In physical health specifically, it shows up to say like this is a really great time for you to be working on like changing or correcting any like poor habits that have to do with health. So, eating too much, not eating enough, eating the wrong things. Sometimes we eat enough, but imbalanced, imbalance is the word. Diet. So, like for example, even if it's something good, like a lot of vegetables, all vegetables, and no, no proteins, no meat, no whatever, that may be considered imbalanced. Or, all meat and no vegetables, maybe considered imbalanced. Or just grabbing something without actually having a meal. Like, and I have a long habit of doing this. Like you just pull like the first thing that you see out of the refrigerator. So it might be a fruit, maybe a vegetable, maybe a piece of meat, but whatever it is, it's not like a real meal. It's not a healthy, balanced meal. And that can be a problem. Maybe sleeping too much, not sleeping enough. We need enough sleep, especially depending upon one's age. There's a certain number of hours that we're all meant to sleep. What else? Maybe a bad habit affecting your health: smoking, drinking. No judgment for me. Not saying don't drink or whatever. Just coming up with things that could impact our health that can also be tied to something that is habitual. Of course, any type of drug use or addiction would also qualify. So if you have anything like any of those, then it's a good time to work on those in like protection of your health, because otherwise your health right now should be, pretty strong and good with strength showing up upright. Also, this can talk about like setting goals for yourself, like I don't know, daily meditation or walk, um, smoothie, shake or something that will also potentially lead to an even healthier and stronger you, in the future. Because even if you are feeling great and looking great and all that kind of stuff, it can still get better. Right? There's always improvements that we can make. But overall, it's a positive card and a good place to be in terms of health. And spiritual health, we have the Seven of Wands in reverse. We're back to the reversals. Seven of Wands is a card of, putting your foot down. Could be tied to this love situation, especially since it falls over here. But it's about, being firm in your decisions and not letting other people like make your decisions for you or change your mind or push you around because your decisions. It can be really about needing to sort of like guard against indecision, and protect yourself in that regard. If you're unsure, which, going back to your overall energy of the moon in reverse, it's about confusion. So you could be unsure about something. You're still guided to be firm in the decisions you have made, rather than like flail around. I hope I'm making sense with that. But specific to spirituality, this card says that um, it's possible that like you could be tempted to talk or listen or both about your spirituality, and like now is not necessarily a good time to do that, or maybe the person that you're thinking about doing it with is not best. um and it just guides you to be quiet right now and listen to the universe instead, and see what comes to you. Like, find maybe healing in the silence, and in being still, and in waiting. So again, it takes us back to your overall energy of the moon in reverse, and just sitting in that confusion until the universe is ready to give you the information that you're seeking. Moving on to another spread. We're beginning with yet another Six of Wands for you. You may receive a promotion, be chosen for a scholarship, or find that you're singled out for special recognition. You've done an amazing job and you deserve all the attention. And behind that is the Magician. Major Arcana card 1, the Magician. Represents the sign of Gemini, like your lovers did. There's magic in the air, and you can manifest everything you need to be successful. This is about manifestation. Here is the Earth energy. The Knight of Pentacles, trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. It's important to make a detailed plan before starting any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. And here's another Ace of Pentacles in reverse for you. The next card is in reverse. So yeah, it is the Ace of Pentacles though. The Knight of Pentacles is of course a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Five of Cups overall energy. Focus upon the fact that God loves you and always has the highest of intentions for you. A positive outlook makes it easier to recover from life's little difficulties so that you can move onward and upward. And there's the Ace of Cups behind it. Right? So it's also a message of, like, even if where there is disappointment or loss, there's something new, better, always waiting for us also. And this is also a card of like pessimism and doubt and thinking the worst, and then, contrary to that, we have the best, similar to the cards that showed up in your last spread, right? The messages rather, that guide us to just be positive, even though we might be feeling sort of negative, doubtful, pessimistic about a situation. This is the beginning of a new emotional experience for you. It may be the first blush of romantic love, the rebirth of a current relationship, or the awakening of spiritual gifts and insights. Ace of Cups. Was the next card upright too? It's the Five of Swords. It is upright. Your current path isn't leading you toward the happiest possible outcome, so why not change it? Always maintain integrity and compassion, but be alert to the hidden agendas of others as well. Joined by the Four of Swords. That's interesting. We have, like, you know, the increase there. Thoroughly think things through before making a decision. Continuing to overanalyze isn't going to get you any closer to a resolution, but meditation and prayer may bring you the answers you seek. It's funny because in physical health, I was guided to suggest to you meditation, and that's not something that I normally would mention for meditation. So I was like conscious of it. I'm like, did I just say meditation first and foremost for physical health? That's like a spiritual health thing, but yeah. So it may be tied to that. Again, this need to make a decision. We have the King of Pentacles yet again too. He is compassionate, accomplished, charismatic, and grounded. Everything's going to turn out great. Projects will be stunningly successful. Exciting new career opportunities are possible, and money or resources that come your way will be invested wisely. Actually, before we had the Knight, right? Not the King. We have the King now. And the Two of Cups is behind that. It's the first reversed card. So, this card most directly representing you now, or your energy for this spread, and it is the Three of Cups. You have an exciting reason to celebrate, such as an engagement, wedding, graduation, or a birth announcement. Remember to cherish those you love. This is also guidance to be encouragement to be social and, you know, to allow yourself to have some fun. Not just, you know, all work and no play makes Jill a dull girl. The reason to celebrate could be tied to the Six of Wands. We've seen 2 Six of Wands for you, one in each spread so far. So maybe it is there is a connection. Recent past, we have Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition that you're receiving. So this is another card, again, of reaping what you've sown, earning, abundance that is earned, right? This is also a card of travel, of movement, of moving, both metaphoric and literal. It's a card of success and victory, similar to the Ace, or the Ace of Swords, rather, or the Six of Wands, which we've seen for you twice again. So it can mean any of those things. Near future, we have another Judgment. Major Arcana card 20. It's time to get clarity about your life purpose and to make changes so that you're on the path most divinely suited for you. Forgive what has been without judgment and fearlessly embrace what's to come. So even if something happened in the past, if you want to move on, the idea is to leave it there in the past. Like, not to base any future moves on that past event. You know, if you seriously want to continue on past it. And again, Judgment, one of my favorite cards, about abundance that's earned. You know, so we have the card here saying you the stuff you're getting, you deserve it. You know, the rewards you're getting, the accolades you're getting, the, you know, rewards you're getting, you deserve it. And then we have another card showing up here to sort of solidify that and saying, yes, this is about abundance that's earned. Masculine's higher self, we have the Ten of Wands. You're working far too hard, and the stress will soon become too much. Reach out for help from others and take some time to play and to enjoy life. Blocks to individual or shared progress in your relationships is the Page of Wands. So maybe not taking advantage of opportunities that you're offered, not, you know, taking the bull by the horn, so to speak. The Page of Wands is energetic, outgoing, optimistic, and creative. Creative opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broadened horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. But that's been a block, it says. So what the feminine can do to help herself. Ah, take advantage. The next card is the Four of Cups, which is about missing out on opportunity. Like I said, this showing up in this position had to be about not taking advantage of opportunities. And that's what this is saying. In order to, what you can do to help yourself with regard to this block is take advantage of opportunities. Your responsibilities may distract you from noticing all the gifts that God is presenting to you. Be open to investigating opportunities that come your way, like all of them. What the masculine can do to help himself with regard to the block, and it is the Knight of Pentacles. He is back. He is trustworthy, dedicated, protective, and funny. It's important to make a detailed plan before starting any new endeavor. Once you have that plan in place, then you can take immediate action and get as much accomplished as possible. The Knight of Pentacles, like the King, is a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And he is about slow and steady progress, right? And movement and growth and a building up of abundance or progress or success. He is like dependable in that sense, where consistent is the word I was looking for. And so that's what the masculine can do to help himself. And what the universe would like to help you with is Major Arcana card 8, Justice. Fair and just decisions. Do what you know is right and stand up for your beliefs. Justice represents the sign of Libra. Let's pull another card to join that one. The next upright card is this, and it's the Three of Swords. So this is about doing the right thing, with probably specific to your love life, to be honest with you. In that regard, and it's coming up like that placement of love was that in the past, or even still now perhaps, what's been happening is not necessarily doing what's right for you or for your mate or love interest, but again trying to please other people perhaps, or society, and doing what's right for them. And that and that's the poor judgment is what I'm getting. Let's do another one. This one's upright as well. And it is strength, to face whatever it is you need to, and to conquer. Not only face, but to conquer, and maybe to get through together. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments. This is like what I was trying to come up with. And I was saying this is like based on in judgment, and instead we're going to exercise some forgiveness and compassion. The judgments, again, these things can be belief systems, about how something looks to other people. And it's something you're really going to have to move beyond. Like that kind of fear of persecution and judgment, that you're going to have the strength to move beyond. Again, Major Arcana card strength represents the sign of Leo most directly. And I have my window cracked a little bit. I'm sure you can hear whatever that sound is. It's something from outside. I apologize. I don't know what it is. But the card that had been upside down that I did not pull, I will pull it now for the outcome. And it is the Queen of Pentacles. She is thoughtful, creative, warm, and sensible. Make time for those around you. Take a sensible approach and deal with challenges in a kind and understanding manner. She's very classy, right, in that sense. She knows how to handle even a negative situation. Also, the Queen of Pentacles, of course, like the Knight and the King, is a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, most directly a Taurus, actually, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. And she is known for being someone that will like work on her environment, improving her environment, maybe making a place for herself and someone and or someone that she loves, saving a space, preparing a space. She is somebody who puts effort into like maybe redecorating, cleaning up, remodeling, changing things in order to make her environment, whether that's her home or whatever surroundings she has, make herself as much as comfortable as possible in those surroundings. So that's what you are guided to do if you're not already doing that. And it can be things like, let me get some new curtains for the new season or something like that. It's going to brighten up this room and, let more sunlight in and all that kind of stuff. Those kind of subtle changes can mean so much that, sometimes even subconsciously that we don't realize. And now we'll do one from the perspective of the masculine, beginning with miracles and the resurrection. So like making a comeback, perhaps, rising again. Mythic reality, for me, this is, something that was only imagined maybe in our mind, coming to actually be, something we hope for, wish for. Color is about actual colors that we've been sort of focused on and that maybe we've been seeing a lot of signs, synchronicities involving colors, and challenging ourselves to delve into the deeper meaning, or to research the deeper meaning behind those colors and what message is being conveyed to us by the universe. And decision is pretty straightforward, about making a decision, right? The need to make a decision, or maybe to stick to a decision, put your foot down. Magdalene is about living your life your way, right? As long as you're not hurting other people. You got miracles again, confusion, what you may be experiencing based on the moon showing up, acceptance, the need to just, again, go with the flow, sit in it, allow the matrix, maybe the usual, the traditional, the things that, the ideologies and things that people set up, that we want to do our own thing. We want to break free of that. In fact, the love reading I did this week, or the general reading rather, was about breaking free of the matrix and like doing your own thing, as long as it doesn't impede upon the rights of others or hurt others, like who impede upon the rights of others, and others might get hurt. But, that's part of life. Then we got gratitude. I'll stop at gratitude, and we'll cut. And we're back to the resurrection. And the real you behind that. This is very fiery too. Both of these are giving me fire energy. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Divine feminine. Decision. Masculine as it relates to the feminine. Divine order. As it relates to himself, color. So there's a message he needs to pay attention to. Masculine as it relates to the union or connection as a whole, God. So recognizing the divinity, spirituality. Overall, love. Very nice. What energy the masculine would have the feminine give to the union or connection, if it were up to him? Crucifixion. So again, this is like not being afraid, not letting fear hold you back. This is not fearing persecution, not fearing judgment, not fearing anything. Just going for it, even if you get crucified for it. What energy the masculine himself is giving here is liberation. So same thing, just a need to take back your freedom. Take your freedom. if it's not going to be given to you. It's very Aquarius, which again is ruled by Uranus, which is located in Taurus. What the universe would like to help you with is revelation. So to see something, to come to some sort of understanding, clarity, larger meaning. And the outcome, eternal embrace. I will read eternal embrace for you. Everything in the universe consists of complementary opposites. So there is no point in wishing that everyone around you was more like you. And I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but I was talking about opposites earlier, at least with regard to Scorpio and Taurus. They are opposites or mirror signs, opposite axis. Accept this universal truth and you will avoid further disappointment. Every time you identify a quality in another that you don't like, pause for a moment and identify that same quality within you. If you have identified that quality in another, then it is sure to exist in you also. If you can't see it within yourself, it is simply because you have repressed that quality. Every quality you think you possess comes with an opposite quality attached to it. You can't have one without having the other. Read and reflect on the following sets of qualities or feelings listed on the next page several times each day. As you go, you may want to add more qualities. Slowly reflect on each one until you're able to see each of those qualities within yourself. When you're able to own and love each one equally, you will have made a major breakthrough, which leads to a newfound sense of balance and well-being. And what they have here is positive versus negative, friendly versus not friendly, happy versus sad, peaceful versus aggressive, strong versus weak, trusting versus fearful, confused versus clear-headed, spiritual versus physical, responsible versus irresponsible, considerate versus inconsiderate, angry versus calm, and feminine versus masculine, and lastly, kind versus cruel. I was also just guided to read Revelation to you as well, even though it sounds pretty straightforward to me. I will do that. So this is the one that the universe wishes to help both you and your mate or love interest with together. You will soon find the answer you seek. Sit quietly. This is so funny that I kept using that term. Sit in it. Sit in the confusion. You're going to get the answer. And now they're using the word sit as well. Sit quietly. And I said quietly too. I said sit in silence. Didn't I? Yeah, I did. That's so funny. All right, you'll soon find the answer you seek. Sit quietly, bring your focus to your breath and meditate. You can't make this up. You really cannot make this up. I also suggested meditate. Pay attention to what you feel in your heart. The answer will surface from within. It is understandable that the current circumstance is creating anxiety and stress in your life. It's human nature to want to make sense of everything in our lives. However, don't waste your energy trying to figure everything out logically, for this will only cause further confusion. Trust the loving guidance within you and know that all unfolds in perfect time. All will fall into place over the coming 2 months. So it's giving you a time frame as well. I guess that's why I was guided to read it. I'm going to pull from this deck now. You got another 9 of fire and a 9 of wands. Don't give up. Protect that which you've created. Have courage and believe in yourself. The Knight of Swords. He is decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. This is about making a decision or needing to make a decision or awaiting a decision or combinations of those. Get ready for progress to speed up, though, once it happens. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion and to make your decisions quickly. Knight of Swords is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Also, the Wheel, major arcana card, the Wheel, represents the planet Jupiter in the sign of Sagittarius most directly, but is also tied to the fixed signs Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio. Maybe that's what, maybe that's what all the Taurus and Scorpio and even Aquarius energy was about. Jupiter enters a major transit tomorrow. Is tomorrow the 6th? I think so. It's the 6th. Jupiter, after something like 10 years, will is making this move into Aquarius. I guess it's 12 years, right? It takes a year at least to go into each sign. Making this move into Aquarius. So it's a pretty major transit that occurs. And maybe that's why. But more importantly for you, I would imagine, expect a sudden positive change in your life. You can now move forward and make great progress. And we'll do one more from the other deck. And here it is. It is the Page of Pentacles. Scholarly, dependable, patient, and successful. Good news about financial matters. Maybe wanting to do something more challenging. And a new area of study is also possible. I hope you have enjoyed your reading. Namaste.